Hello, welcome back to Big Trouble in Little Podcast. I'm Andy.
I'm Joe Dubs.
This is another Big Trouble Gaiden episode. We're in between seasons. We're giving you some filler, so you don't have to starve. You got a little sweet treat for you. Um, I've been calling these filler episodes, but really this one's more like a flashback episode because this is the original crew right here. This is the OG2.
The founders of the podcast. Of what were we like 300 and something episodes now?
Yes, 300 and I don't know off the top of my head actually. A lot.
Yes. And we started this like it's so funny because we started before how I measure it before the pandemic is like 2018.
That's true. No, that's
Yeah.
that's how you could say it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
you brought something up yesterday off recording. Is that every Gaiden episode has something to do with Japanese culture?
well, I mean, there's only been the two of them so far. If you're
Yeah.
hearing this and you missed it, there is another Big Trouble Gaiden episode. Zach and I watched Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, so go check that out too. But there's no continuity between that and this and the rest of the series. We're not ranking anything. It's just, we watched a movie and we wanted to discuss it, and we knew that there was this big gap. Plus, when we come back, I don't want everyone's post credit scene is going to be like an hour and a half if we don't like get some of it out here and there. So that's part of what this is about too.
Mm-hmm. But well, let's get into this movie. The reason why it's me and Andy, because usually when we do have these breaks, I'm usually like, I don't want to do anything until the new season. But I was like, I want to watch some Japanese movie, and I made him give me suggestions, and this one was the suggestion, which was The Bad Sleep Well.
You gave me a list of 3. It was going to be this or Sancho the Bailiff, or what was the other one? Akiru?
Yeah, it was Akira.
Okay. All right. Anyone who's seen those movies might understand why I sided with this one. Akiru is the best of those 3 movies, but discussing it would be rough. The movie makes me cry.
Mm-hmm.
However, The Bad Sleep Well, same director, Akira Kurosawa, is kind of Hamlet, sort of.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of Hamlet sprinkled in there.
It's inspired by Hamlet, but it's contemporary. Well, contemporary for when the movie came out. The movie's from 1960.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes place in 1960. And it's honestly, it's the kind of movie that if you described it to someone, you'd have a hard time convincing them it's an interesting movie because it's just about a bunch of business guys doing business stuff, sort of. It's also about revenge.
Well, it like I said in the Facebook Messenger when I texted you before, I was like, the beginning is kind of like tense right away, but it doesn't like tell you anything until that cake comes out. Because they sprinkle like some information, like, oh, someone suicided from the 7th floor of this building, and then you have this Nishi character where they're like, is he marrying her, the daughter of the the president of the company to get ahead in the company ladder, and then all of a sudden this cake comes out, and everybody just feels so uncomfortable. Everybody. Which is like really good.
One of the best shots in the movie is when the cake gets there, they stop it and it's behind Iwabuchi. And it's just like frames. He's in the center of the shot, and behind him is the cake with the rose in the window. And it's such a cool, like ominous kind of shot.
There's a lot of good shots in this. Like when Wada is supposedly dead.
He sees the ghost.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Yeah, that's cool shit. I like that a lot. They do a lot with light that's really neat and impressive.
Mm-hmm. But like the story is like this Nishi character is doing like a revenge story, and it kind of plays with the themes of, well, is he really doing this ethically? Because he's kind of becoming an asshole too. Which I think Wada's character is the representation of the audience feeling like, hey, this guy is not as good as we think he is, essentially.
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like everyone in the movie is kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nishi is, he's, for better or worse, he's the one we're rooting for. We want him to get revenge for they say murder. They murdered his father, but really what they did is they coerced him into killing himself, which I mean is murder. It is.
Yeah.
It's just it's murder with extra steps.
Well,
And
they had
are
uh,
rooting for him, but like you said, like he's doing it. He's going about it in some not savory ways, and like every character who might be good is still kind of sucks. The guy he switched identities with, kind of a dick. The
mhm.
brother, he's a drunk and like wrathful. Every business stooge is a business stooge. Like even when Wada comes around, he's still like kind of a stooge.
Yeah, but he also like Wada has like that because he knows the daughter is like the innocent person in this like whole
Right.
situation. Um,
Yeah, I guess everyone except the daughter in the movie is a dick.
yeah, yeah. But it's like so funny when Wada is like, "Hey," because when they put that guy into that little cell area, was that like a zoo or something? Because it felt like it was a zoo, and they put him like in some like cage area. That guy where they were starving him to death, essentially.
When he's locked up in the bomb
Yeah.
shelter?
Oh, that's a bomb shelter. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they talk about it's a bomb shelter and it's where it's an old bombed out munitions factory.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They said
Nishi
that.
and the other guy whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm looking at IMDb and it's not jumping out at me. But the two of them worked there in high school because it was during World War II, and they pulled them out of high school to work in a munitions factory. And while they were in the bomb shelter, the place got bombed all to hell. And
Mhm.
they remembered this bomb shelter is there, and they're using it as their hangout and prison.
Well, what I was going with that is like Wada's like being like, "Hey, like, come on, you should at least tell her about what's going on."
Mm.
And like the other guy, not Nishi, the guy without the glasses. Uh, hold on, what's his name?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember too, and I can't. It's not Itakura, is it? No, that's
I,
someone different.
I don't know. Let's just say the other guy without the glasses and stuff. He like screams at Wada. He's like, "But if they're the bad guys and stuff," and it's like that's where the gray area comes in. Like, but you guys are doing something fucked up too, even though you guys are on the winning side essentially,
Mm.
or the good guy side. Uh, what else here? Yeah, a lot of like Nishi like doing his plan and stuff. Scaring the people, planting the money inside the bag.
It takes a while to figure out what specifically he's doing too, because for a while it seems like it's going to be like a thriller based on company corruption or something. Because the reporters are discussing these two companies had colluded, and one of them awarded a lucrative construction contract to the other for a kickback, and that kickback is kind of the crux of the story. Like when they got the kickback, that's what set into motion this whole story.
Hmm. And they kind of show like because you talked about how they not really murder them, but like drive them to suicide, which is almost the same thing. When that guy comes out of prison and then automatically gets a warrant for all that stuff, it's like that's how they kind of like harass them
Yeah. He also
essentially.
sends that message. We know you'll see things through to the bitter end or
Mm,
something. Like that's either like stay quiet or get out of the way or something. And that's what he does.
yep, he threw himself in front of the truck and dies essentially.
Just
Uh,
immediately too. Like
yeah, yeah.
that's so extreme.
Well, I always look at it as like Japan always had a very strict work code, and especially they're big with corporations as well.
And mix that with like I don't want to say it's a laissez-faire attitude, but th- they're always more apt to jump to suicide. It's something about, their culture, and I don't know, the only religions that are in the country and stuff. It's just for some reason killing yourself isn't shameful. It's like almost depending on the period, I guess it's an honorable thing,
Yeah.
which, that's fucked up. But it's this coming from I'm a completely different culture, so how do I know?
Well, I mean, they have like the soldiers during World War II. Like when they failed their mission, they put the
Yeah, they didn't
sword
want to
in
be
their hand.
taken alive. Yeah. So I mean,
Mm.
they've always been that way, and that business culture preys on that. Hence, the guy throws himself in front of the truck. Nishi's father jumped out of a window.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Mifune, by the way, I've never seen him in a serious role. Not a serious role, but like he's usually crazy in
Subdued.
every.
Yeah, he's usually
Yeah.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've seen High and Low. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
father in that,
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's another one. But
but
I like
it's
him
still
as
very
that.
different from this.
He's very calm and collected. It's almost like he's a mastermind in some way, instead of like Mifune and other where he's just like
You
bombastic
can
and
you could forget it's him totally, especially since he's wearing glasses. It kind of throws me off a tiny bit.
yeah. But who's your favorite character in this movie?
I mean, yeah, I guess it is Nishi. I mean,
Mm,
he's the main character. He's the one I like the best. He's acted the best. Wada's interesting. I do like Wada, and I also like I can't remember his name, but the guy who's played by Takashi Shimura. But I like Takashi Shimura and everything. So,
mm.
but yeah, he's the one that they capture and lock up and all that. I like him a lot. He's always a good actor, and he's very good at playing like a diminutive stooge.
I thought the daughter, the actress who played the daughter was really well as well in this movie. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed her acting. I thought it was great. Um, so like I wrote down some themes. Uh, Looks like there was love versus revenge, with Nishi and the daughter. Uh, Futility of justice. And then you have Hamlet parallel that we talked about
Of
before,
course, yeah.
and then corporate corruption, which is very known today.
Yeah. Well, I think it was known then too. Like I think this movie probably landed pretty well because the public is already used to reading about public scandals and embezzlement and kickbacks and stuff like that, backdoor deals. I think it's probably just always been that way, honestly. Like I suspect as long as there have been businesses, there have been shady businesses.
Mhm. Yeah, I like how they did the shots with like the newspaper and stuff, where they like shows how powerful they are essentially.
Nice
And
classic movie exposition.
yep. And you sent me a video about the geometry of the scenes, like how it's like
Yeah.
rectangle and
Yeah,
stuff.
instead of just a guy in a shot, Kurosawa always tried to make more interesting scenes, frames, and block stuff, so that there's. The guy talks about squares and triangles. It's hard to explain in a podcast. It's something you have to go watch the video. If you Google "The Bad Sleep Well," it's on the first page, and it's only like a few minutes long. But go watch it, and you'll understand what we're referencing. But yeah, instead of shot reverse shot, stuff is interesting, and I really do like the scene that he chose to show that, because like they move around, and the coolest part is what it moves over to the far left, and Shimura is on the right, and Mifune's in the middle sitting down, and you see his eyes like look to one and then the other. It's
Mm,
really cool.
yeah, it almost like breaks the fourth wall, like we're Nishi and like seeing what he's looking at and stuff. Like he's
Sort of.
looking at the money on the floor, looking at the characters, what their emotions are essentially. One dude's like fucking scared, and the other is like, "Come with me" and stuff. And I was like, it was good anyway. Uh, let's. I kind of want to. My main thing is I want to talk about the ending. Um,
Yeah.
so the father essentially, I guess, lies to the daughter, and then like off camera, Nishi gets killed.
I guess that's such a bizarre choice, and I wonder if it's not something taken from Hamlet, because I think something like that happens at Hamlet, but I can't remember. I don't think I've seen a full version of Hamlet since I was in like middle school, and even then I was like barely smart
Yeah,
enough to know what was
I
going on.
only saw it in school, half asleep.
But that's a weird choice to have the guy he switched identities with like explain what happened. Oh, look at the syringe. Look, here's his coat. You could tell they struggled over here. Didn't you see the car? He's obviously dead. And it has this. I think it has this side effect. Like they're doing it because it's interesting and or it's from Hamlet. I may be wrong about that, but it has this interesting side effect of you think I haven't seen Nishi dead. Something else is going to happen.
Mm.
Like he's going to come back, or he's not really dead, or his assailants were in the car, or something. But no.
Or it's kind of showing like the frustration that you'll never get a resolution, even though like you have all this evidence
It's too
that
like the real world.
yeah, these big corporations, these big elite political people that you're never gonna ever take down, and that kind of shows in this film at the end because
Evil wins. Yeah, we're never
yeah,
going to get the Epstein list.
yeah, it's not real. We call it I also like wanted to because he's being investigated and he puts on that little show where he's like all emotional and crying and
He's
putting
lying.
yeah, and then he sees the his daughter and son goes he's like if I wish I had my rifle because he would be shot right
Yeah,
now
I'd shoot
essentially.
you.
Yeah.
Like I do like that ending a lot because up until then, I don't like that ending. I don't like that we don't see what happens to Nishi. I don't like a lot of things about it. And of course, I hate that evil wins. Like that sucks.
Mhm.
But they come in and they're like, "You're not our father anymore. Look, your daughter, like she's in shock or she's been driven out of her mind or something." And of course, the son's pissed off and they're going to leave. And they storm out saying, "You're no longer our father. We'll never speak to you again." And he starts to follow him, but the phone rings and he has to go do business stuff. And he, instead of following his children, goes back to do evil business stuff. And the conversation is about how he's going to get away with it. And then
Mhm.
credits roll. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, it seems like a punishment for him. He loses his kids, but then it kind of comes off like, oh, well, he doesn't care about that because he still has his money in his business. And it's like, wow, what a scumbag. Like, what a horrible person. And, that's kind of I guess it's the point. I
Well,
guess.
well, yeah, it's like even if he didn't lose his kids, he would still choose his work over his family every
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And essentially, even when he loses his kids, you would think a normal father would run after his family, but
Mm-hmm.
in this scenario, since he's evil and rich, he's going to choose his riches over his
It's not what
children.
matters to him. Yep. He has
Yep.
people killed all the time. He's a bad man.
Hmm. But I also like how he put it because he kind of like played the script essentially. He's like, all right, I'm gonna put my papers in, time to retire, let me go. And then the other person on the other end, which by the way, I kind of like that in this movie. You never hear the person on the other end. It's always them talking
Yeah.
and answering the person. Uh, and especially when that guy like hangs up the phone really slowly. And I was like, that tension. I was like, what's happening, bro? Are you okay? And I like that scene as well. Um, what else can we talk about this movie? Because the ending is where it's really kind of like I don't want to be like that ADHD casual fan, but like it really picked up right at near the end when everything was getting out of control. Because yeah, it's right, but like the build up, it
Yeah,
gets
I
the
think it's
payoff.
suspenseful throughout. I
Yeah.
think I think the end almost outshines the rest of the movie, and that's why you kind of start to think that way. We
Mm,
haven't talked at all about, I don't remember the guy's name or the actor's name or anything, but the guy who they trick with Wada. He sees him as a ghost and they capture him, and basically Nishi's like, "You're gonna jump out of this window and kill yourself. I swear to God, you're gonna die tonight." And then he's like, "Well,
yeah.
then you can have this poison, or you can do whatever." And he forces him to take it. And it's not really poison; it's just plain whiskey. But it drives him insane, which is a very Shakespearean thing. Oh, he's driven mad, and that whole scene is haunting. Like when
Yes.
they're in the room, and it's like, is Nishi really gonna make this guy kill himself? And now, to be clear, I have seen this movie before, but it's been like more than 15 years, so I
Hmm.
had forgotten like 80% of this movie. I remembered some of the big beats and the stuff I liked. I remember the cake and the bomb shelter and a few other things. But I was like, what, does he kill this guy in this scene? Because he gets him all the way out the window, and it really looks like he's murdering this man.
Mhm.
but he just stopped short of it. But would he have if he hadn't been stopped? If Wada hadn't been there? I don't know. Probably.
Well, that's the gray area I love about this movie because it's kind of like a what if, you know, if Wada wasn't there, that guy would have probably been like the Punisher style thrown out of a fucking window.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Just
like, is this what this kind of system drives people to do? And obviously, he's being motivated by the death of his father. But the whole thing is about this twisted, corrupt business culture in Japan, and really anywhere, I guess, but mostly Japan.
and you know what? I get Nishi's like frustration because I think he actually mentions it in one of the people he's talking to. He's like, "What, you know, even cops can't arrest you and do their job. Essentially, the justice system fails.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Well, at the
and I,
beginning of the movie, he's kind of trying to get them arrested, and it
yeah,
doesn't work out because the two guys don't squeal. The guy who kills himself and the other guy, they don't talk. So
yeah.
then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna have to take this into my own hands," and
Yeah,
that's what we
yeah.
get.
But I get his frustration because all these fucking evil people get away with shit, especially in our time.
I mean, you say in our time, but I really think it's just always.
Yeah.
I think this plays on something the general public, everyone of the conscious sees, thinks, and knows about. Like everyone sees injustice and they see people with money and power getting away with stuff that other people wouldn't. And they're pissed off about it and they hate it. And a movie like this comes along with this kind of narrative. And they're like, yeah, that's right. Shove him out that window. Fuck that guy.
Hmm. But we always see like movies and like stories. They go, you know, when you're doing a revenge story, sometimes the revenge doesn't bring back the people that you love.
Mm.
Uh, you know, and some people would take that into consideration, but other people would be like full on Punisher, be like, "Fuck him, go kill him" and stuff.
A
And
different movie would have been The Punisher or like,
yeah,
something like that.
I love that we don't see any killing in any way because we don't see because again the gray area. Do they really kill Nishi? Maybe they have someone like I don't know, like Princess Diana type of stuff where they
I
like push.
suspect. I think it's the way they portrayed it. He seems to be because if he wasn't dead, something else would have happened, and that's what's annoying to me because they make it seem like something else can happen, but
Mhm.
they don't show the death. They keep it. They keep it. I don't know. Maybe it's a ratings thing. I kind of doubt it though. That shot where it shows the beat up car and the train goes by, I really thought it was going to say the end at that part. I was like, "Are
Oh,
you fucking serious?" Because it looks like a Hitchcock ending. But luckily, they keep going. Well, I guess luckily, it's still a bummer ending.
yeah. Is there any? Because by the way, it was like really hard to watch this movie. Andy
Yeah.
gave me his login for Criterion.
Shh, they're gonna
Uh
cancel my account.
oh, oh
Just
shit.
kidding, just kidding.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
unfortunately, this movie falls under the category of it's hard to find streaming. The reason I watched it, I own it on DVD, but even the Criterion DVD is the old style one. They haven't even given it a Blu-ray release. It doesn't even have the cool spine on it. What the hell? But yeah, it's only on the Criterion channel. You can't even rent it to watch on Amazon.
yeah, it said like they don't have the license, and I was like, this is like most of the movies in the East that we've been trying to watch.
Exactly right. Like I
Yeah.
should have been keeping a list. The list would be like almost 10 movies at this point that are stuff that I have tried to watch often for the podcast and couldn't find. Like there's
Hmm.
just a ton of Japanese and Korean films that I just can't find. And I'll bet like it's actually all over the world that there are films that I can't find to watch. It's just those are the ones I'm trying to watch because I'm a dweeb, I guess.
Um, trying to think what else to talk about. We hit every like important scene, right?
You know what? We usually rank stuff. How does this rank with all the other Kurosawa movies you've seen?
I still like High and Low better than this movie.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. High and Low is the better movie.
let me go see the list of movies that we watched.
We've seen Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai is better than this.
Yeah.
um,
You and I watched. What did we watch? Kagamusha or Throne of Blood?
Throne of Blood. That's
Uh,
another good Kurosawa movie.
he has a lot. He has a lot of really good ones.
Oh, Akira Kurosawa. We got Ran. We watched Ran. I
Oh, that's
remember.
right. That's right.
Yojimbo. I think that's it, right?
I think so.
What is highest to lowest? Is it?
That's a different name for high to low.
Oh,
It's a weird translation. Like in Japanese, it's actually like heaven and hell or something like that. But when they released it in Europe and the United States, they changed it. And ever since, ever since then, there's been some confusion.
and speaking of Mifune, Rashomon is another one we watch. Where,
Oh yeah, Rashomon. Yeah.
yeah, I really like that one as well. But
So
like,
this is the weakest Kurosawa you've seen.
yes, in my opinion.
That makes sense. It's in the bottom half of his movies. Coincidentally though, I checked just out of curiosity because if you can't find something streaming anywhere, there's always a good fallback. And you watch it on Criterion Channel. That was the way to do it anyway. It's on archive.org if you're one of our listeners and you want to watch The Bad Sleep Well for free. So, just saying.
I got a question on the Criterion. Why were there like two versions? Because I watched the one where it said like Criterion and stuff, and with the Akira Kurosawa, and then it had the actual like your CD case as the cover.
I think one is the collection, one's the movie, and the collection has the movie in it with special features. Probably the episode of Akira Kurosawa, It Is Wonderful to Create. All of their releases seem to have an episode of that. I think it was a show. They did like some big show in Japan where each episode was like one of his big movies, and it was like interviews and behind the scenes stuff and whatever.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, even though this is like the lowest, in my opinion, Kurosawa movie, it was still good. Like I would still recommend it.
I definitely recommend it. I recommend almost all of his movies. There's a few I've seen that I was like, but honestly, all the ones that you are apt to hear about are worth watching. More than 2/3 of his movies are like better than entire filmographies from other directors. Of course, that's coming from me. He's one of my favorite directors ever. I'm incredibly biased, but I happen to like the guy a lot.
Yeah, he always has good writing in his movies. His shots are really well. Some are iconic, and it's
This is a screenplay. This is one of the screenplays that he had the least input on, I think. I think he had an idea with some other guys and they kind of ran with it. I may be misremembering some stuff, but it's like this one and Scandal and a few other things are based on something that someone else had written. And then he got that, oh, you're going to direct this adaptation of Scandal or whatever. But he still does his own thing and adds his own twist to it, of course. I mean, and again, this is like Hamlet, sort of. It's one of the three Shakespearean Kurosawas.
What about Kagamusha? Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's been a little while since I saw it. It's one of the samurai ones, and it's got a really cool plot, but I think it's like not quite as good as like Ran or Seven Samurai or Yojimbo or whatever. I think that's the one. I hope I'm not misremembering, but I'm pretty sure this is Kagamusha. Stop me if you've heard this before, but there's an emperor and he's got a body double and they switch places before a big battle because they think there's going to be some danger. Yeah. And then the emperor gets killed and the body double has to stay as the emperor.
Yeah, that's what it says in the synopsis.
Okay, so yeah, that's Kagamusha. I remembered it right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one though. It's worth watching for sure. It was weirdly, it was the very first Kurosawa movie that they released on Blu-ray Criterion.
Interesting, because like I'm looking at his list. There's only like 2 that he did in the 80s. Is that one and Ran?
Yeah. I talked about it a little bit when we did Ran, but he got real depressed after some theatrical flops and like didn't do a lot. And in the 70s, he made a film with Moss Film in the Soviet Union. Desu Uzala, that movie rules. And then he came back and did like Ran, Kagamusha, and then in the very early 90s, he made Dreams, which has like George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola as producers. And I think Martin Scorsese is in it. I think he plays Van Gogh or something like that. It's been a little while since I saw Dreams too, but Dreams is insane too. Like everything is painted. Like he did a bunch of paintings and they basically turned them into movies.
Yeah, Dreams is actually an internet archive website, so you could watch it for free there as well.
It might be on YouTube as well. There's a weird rights thing with that where it's just kind of a free for all.
Mm-hmm. But we steered away from the bad sleep. Well, I mean, we talked all about it. It's really simple of a plot and stuff.
I mean, yeah, it's directed by Kurosawa. We can talk about other Kurosawa movies, but yeah, I agree with you on the ranking. Like of the ones we have watched, it's my least favorite. Now there are Kurosawa movies I like less than this, but it's the kind of movies I'm not going to choose for the show. Senshiro Sagata Part 2 sucks out loud. One Wonderful Sunday is fine. It's a well-made movie. It's just kind of boring. What's it called? The Beautiful Something. Some movie he made. It kind of sucks too. It's basically just propaganda. It was made during World War II, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But yeah, we both recommend this movie.
Yes.
I don't think there might be some movies that we don't recommend it from Kurosawa. Like you just said, there's a couple of movies.
Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, I don't like his adaptation of The Idiot very much, but other people disagree with me on that, and they like it a lot. So take my opinion lightly on that one. I might be wrong.
And I actually just clicked one, Drunken Angel.
Oh, that movie rolls.
Yeah. I might add that to my list because there's Mifune in that one as well.
He's in a lot of. Basically, he was in every Kurosawa movie for a while, and then they got in a huge fight, and he wasn't in anymore.
It kind of reminds me of some, and I know some directors, other directors do this as well, but like the first one that comes to mind is Christopher Nolan. Like, there's always like the same actors in his movies and stuff.
Well, it's just you work well with someone, you want to keep working with them. Look at us; we've done 300 episodes of this show.
Yep, and we're still gonna keep on going until we get old, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess we'll go into host credit scene, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Mm-hmm. You want to go first or me?
Yeah, I'll go first. On the other filler episode, I talked about how I've been watching Dragon Ball Z on VHS. I'm still doing that some, but honestly, I do it each evening that it's I've been doing a workout routine, and when it's time to lift weights, I watch a Dragon Ball Z VHS because I don't know, it motivates me a little bit. But I also watched and finished Dragon Ball Daima, which I liked a lot. The beginning is a little slow and the end is a little what the fuck, but the middle of it is all delightful. I liked it a lot. And why the hell not? I went ahead and I had a Crunchyroll trial, which I've let pay now. I've got Crunchyroll again. So I've been watching Dragon Ball Super. This time I'm going to try to actually finish it. I made it further this time than I did last time. They're fighting Frieza right now. So I like it so far. Super's got problems for me, but I'm told that once you get past the Frieza arc, it really picks up. So I'm going to hope that's the case. I watched a couple of Formula One, the last two Formula One races before the break that I'm not going to bore everyone with because Zach's not here to bounce this off of. But the Belgian Grand Prix and the Hungarian Grand Prix came and went. I watched them. You ever seen the movie Over the Top?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't love it. Like, I can't remember what it was. I think it was that same thing that you and I are always talking about. Like, we're looking at clips or some nonsense on YouTube, and a clip from that movie came up in my shorts because I was looking at, like, I don't know, Pokemon card shit or whatever I do. And a clip from that movie came up, and I liked it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen that movie before. So I sat down at the television, and I asked the little Amazon remote, hey, is Over the Top streaming? And it was. So I put it on. The last quarter of that movie's pretty fucking cool. The first 3 quarters, boring as shit. I almost didn't make it. Yeah. It's fine. It's interesting. But after it finished, Amazon auto played Rocky 4, and I picked up the remote to be like, I'm not watching Rocky 4. And then I was like, I might watch Rocky 4. So I watched Rocky 4. I've seen Rocky 4 a million times. Why is that one like the best one? It's not. The first Rocky is the best Rocky, but Rocky 4 is just such a honking good movie. I love it.
I think just people love the whole Russia versus United States type of
It
thing.
was like the last gasp of this like Soviets bad thing, but then at
Mhm.
the end it's got that nice message. Hey, if I can change and you can change and everybody can change. It's nice. It's cool. I don't know. And honestly, people, oh, so many montages. I like the montages. I
Yeah.
like watching them. They're exciting and the music's cool. And I don't know. Um, and I also watched the Coen Brothers version of True Grit. You've seen that one, right?
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
one.
that movie's good. I came to the realization, and I think secretly I always knew this, but now it's been like hammered home. Jeff Bridges is one of my favorite actors of all time.
He's the
Just
goat.
just I always used to think, oh, I just think that because I like The Big Lebowski so much. It's like one of my favorite movies that have ever been made. But then I think about like his range in like used cars, and then to Tron, and then Big Lebowski, and then also stuff like True Grit, and just everything else he's done. Is like he's an amazing actor, and he's always great. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. I'll
You
put
ever
it out
seen
there
The
in the
Giver?
universe. No.
Yeah, he's in that movie as well. It's like a dystopian society where everybody's like, "Oh, this is oh, well, they think they're in a utopia of a place, and then they elect this know-it-all kid to know the history of the world, and the giver is the guy that gives him all that knowledge. It's a good movie.
Oh, it's got Alexander Skarsgård in it too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving this open in a tab. I'll add that to the old letterboxed watch list.
Hmm.
Um, what was I about to say? I can't remember stuff I've been watching, playing, doing. The only other thing is, honestly, I haven't been in a video game mood for like 2 months, which makes me feel kind of bad because I've got Death Stranding 2 sealed sitting in there on top of the limited edition Death Stranding 2 PlayStation 5 controller, also sealed, just sitting on the table in there. And I have since around the time it came out. And I also bought a Switch 2 more or less just to play Yakuza 0. And I haven't
Mm.
played either one of those things. And I just haven't been in a game mood. The only thing I've done is I've still been playing on the last Gaiden I talked about. I started playing Batman Arkham Shadow on the MetaQuest 3. That game is cool.
Sorry,
It's-
I'm laughing because of the clip I sent you yesterday.
no. Yeah, like I was like, what the hell? I haven't been that far yet. You spoiled the game for me. But that game is cool, and honestly, I thought it would be like a short. Like I have this bad interpretation of VR games where I think they're all going to be like short, piddly nothings, and then
Hmm.
every once in a while I'll start one and it's like, oh, this is a real game. Like I played Batman for an hour or two, and I was like, how long is this? So I stopped and got on how long to play, and it's like, oh, it's like a 30-hour game, bro. I was like,
Yep.
what? So like when I load my save file, it says like 11% done. I was like, wow, this is a long one. But I've been playing it, and I got the Capcom Arcade Collection Volume 2. It was on sale. You could get every single game for $12, so I did that. And it's basically just because Street Fighter Alpha 2 is my favorite Street Fighter, and I own it like 2 or 3 times in there, but I wanted it on the Switch. But also now I also have all the other games. So I've been playing Super Puzzle Fighter. That game is fun. I like that game.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Uh,
that's it. Just piddly little game stuff.
yeah, you were talking about like Batman, the VR game, where it's
Uh-huh.
like a full-fledged game. There's another game that like people miss is Half-Life Alex. Like,
I bought it recently. I bought it during the last Steam sale. I haven't played it though.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that game and the Batman game. I just think VR it's still ahead of its time because it needs to be simple where just
Maybe
it's
I'm starting to worry. I'm starting to worry it's not hitting, even though it should. It's just the it's like a $500 trust me from VR companies
hmm
because it's cool and they always do like demos in malls and at conventions and stuff, and I'm sure that's helping VR. But there's still a lot of people who are like, "Oh, it's gonna give me a headache. I just know it," or something. Like a lot of people say it gives them a headache, and I don't think it does. It just kind of they're dismissing something they don't want to do, and that's okay. But it still sucks because it's like wild and fun and like super hot rules and Beat Saber rules and Pistol Whip. It rules. Like these are all fun experiences people are missing out on. And then you get the story stuff. There's an Astrobot game that's exclusive to VR. Batman. Alex, and I'm about to. It's on sale right now. Skydance's Behemoth is another like big ass VR game that's supposed to be really good. So hopefully I can talk about that when the next season starts. Oh, and
hmm
VR Skyrim is supposed to be pretty good. I was thinking about trying that out.
Yeah, I mean, and there's also like a tech game where you could it's almost like a sandbox where you can literally create games and stuff where they do. I think it's like a sword and something it's called, where you could they have like a mod where you could be like a lightsaber
Oh
and
yeah, and it's
duel.
like realistic sword fight. Yeah, there's a couple of those, but yeah, I think sword and something. It might be on my wish list on Meta actually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can't remember. People might remember if they've been listening to the show long enough that I was real gung ho on PlayStation VR, and I still like it a lot. I still have a bunch of PlayStation VR stuff I like, but the PSVR 2 was too expensive for me, and
Yeah.
I just part of what always annoyed me about playing VR was it's like I mean, you don't know this, but a lot of my friends know that I keep all my video game consoles hooked up. I've got like 14 video game consoles all hooked up in various little boxes and automatic switchers and 2 televisions out there. And like the ease of picking up and playing something is everything to me.
Mm.
If there's the slightest little inconvenience, every time I'm about, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch a rerun of South Park instead of like going on an adventure and playing a fun game that I spent money on. So the easier something is, the better. So the MetaQuest headset it's just sitting right there on a stand, and literally all I do is take my glasses off, unplug it, and put it on my head. Bam! It's time I can be doing stuff, and that means a lot. Like the PlayStation stuff is I got to turn on the PlayStation, check for all the updates. I got to get the headset. I got to turn it on. It's fucking tethered to the TV. I got to make sure the controllers are both charged. They never are.
Mm.
So it's like a lot of extra stuff. Is the PSVR 2 wireless? Do you know?
No, I think it's still wired.
See, that's no good for me. It's no good for me.
I think with VR they have to make it somewhat affordable, and I'm not saying make it $200. I'm saying like it needs to be as the price of a almost as a console, but also it needs to have big hitting games, which it doesn't
They're
at the moment.
trying.
Yeah.
They're trying. They got Batman. They got Behemoth. I hope it's going to be good. I might come back and report Behemoth sucks,
Hmm.
but it's 50% off right now, so I'm going to buy it.
Wasn't there a SOCOM game that was VR, or is that the motion controls? If I'm mixing up at the
I think
moment.
you're thinking about that motion controller for the
Yeah,
PS4 or whatever.
the PlayStation Move.
Yeah.
But
Um.
anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Okay. You actually, I don't know if you said it on the last Gaiden, but you actually did play a game with us, Battlefield
Oh,
One.
Battlefield. Duh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
played Battlefield. No, I didn't talk about that last time. We all played the Battlefield 6 beta. I think we all enjoyed it, right? Like everyone seemed to really like it.
yeah. Which is
And
funny.
Battlefield 1 we played.
Yeah, what did this was I mentioned I was playing Battlefield 1 in that your friend's chat or the video game chat that we have going,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody decided let's go play Battlefield 1, and then as we were playing Battlefield 1, the Battlefield 6 beta was coming out, and you know, me, Zach, uh I don't know their names. I just know them based off of their Marshall and is the other guy named Steve, if I
Yeah.
remember yeah. Uh, we played a bunch of that for the past couple of weeks, and it's really fun. It's going back to its roots, in my opinion, of Battlefield 3, and it has a little bit of Battlefield 2042 in there as well.
Mm.
Apparently they're trying to like compete with Call of Duty now.
Sounds like they're going to succeed because, like, the beta, the max player count was like higher than Call of Duty.
Because what the gaming industry doesn't know, what I mean by gaming industry, I mean AAA, is people are done with the whole anime, uh, fucking playing as Beavis and Butthead in Call of Duty,
I mean,
which
if
is
they want to do that, Fortnite's right there.
yeah.
Fortnite is doing it better than Call of Duty is.
hmm I just love everything's going back to military. Everything's going back to just being what it's supposed to be.
That what it's supposed to be. That makes sense
Yeah.
to me. Like if they do something like if Battlefield had skins for like Ghost Recon or something, that's fine. That makes perfect sense. You can do that. It's a crossover, but it still feels right.
hmm I'm still a little bit cautiously optimistic with EA because I've been burned so many times, but it seems like I'm not pre-ordering the game. I
Good,
will say
good
that.
man. Me
Yeah,
neither.
I'm just gonna buy it when it comes out. And
If I hear it's still good.
yeah, that's the thing. I talked about day one, but I was looking at maybe my paychecks and when the paychecks land in my account. That if somehow I get wind of it being shitty, or to the point where I'm just like, oh, microtransactions are crazy as fuck, I'm gonna be like, nah, man, I'm out.
When's it
I'll
come
wait
out? October?
October 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else coming out in October. I need more, but I can't think of
Oh, there's so
anything.
much shit. Like Silent Hill F is coming out in fucking September 25th,
I
and I'm
don't
just
care about that.
yeah. And then obviously, me,
Metal Gear Delta soon.
yeah, Metal Gear
I don't care
Delta,
about that either.
and then Gears of War Reloaded. I'm like, I don't know if
I
I
already
want.
own those games.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get it for PlayStation or also just play for free on Xbox. I'm just probably gonna play for free on Xbox.
That might be the move.
Yeah. A lot of shit's coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna. I have to pick and choose. I can't be buying all these games.
The only thing that's coming out between now and Christmas that I can think of that I want is Pokemon Z to A.
Hmm.
That's it. I hope it stays that way. I know I'm forgetting something, but I can't.
Yeah, because you were talking about like a dry spell. Like I got out of my dry spell after finish Ocarina of Time, and then playing Battlefield 6 demo, and then playing the Mario Kart, the new one.
Yeah.
But I bought games that I haven't even touched. Like I got the Donkey Kong
I was
Bonanza,
thinking about buying that after
yeah,
Chaz said it was so damn good.
and then I got the during
There
one
it
of the
is. That's the
sales.
move.
Yep.
That's a good investment.
So,
That's a billion hours of gameplay there. You should play
hmm
one of them.
I'm thinking about playing 6. For,
6, that's a good one.
yeah.
6 is what most people consider to be the best one. Personally, my favorite is 4. Controversial opinion, but that's the
Mm,
way it is.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 6 for me because I heard good things.
No,
Uh,
yes, 6 is the best. 6 is technically better than 4 in many conceivable ways. So that makes sense.
and I also watch a lot of they call them, I forgot what it's called, the Job Fiesta, which was like Final Fantasy 5, and they like mod it to the point where you get like different jobs and stuff to do in that game.
Hmm.
Customized jobs, I should say. Um, what else did I do? I started watching Dragon Ball Z. I was watching it on a totally legal site that totally legally got shut down. Um,
Oh,
so I'm probably gonna get a
totally legit.
Crunchyroll.
Don't read into that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a Crunchyroll account and just watch it there. But I was enjoying the first like 10 episodes that I was
Little
watching.
bit of a recommendation, and you might have been doing this anyway, but if you get Crunchyroll, just get like Crunchyroll in the app. Don't get Crunchyroll through Amazon because that's what I did. I'm fucking sick of it. It keeps like playing the wrong next episode, and the episodes of Super are all like fucked up. And like when you use the drop down to look at seasons, it says like season one, season one, season one, season one, season one, season three, season four, season 8, season 9. And it's like what the hell am I looking at?
Mm-hmm.
They fucked it all up. It's formatted all wrong, and I really hope the Crunchyroll app is better. Like basically, I think once the month runs out, I'm going to cancel it and then get Crunchyroll in the app, which I did. Like, I mean, I subscribed to Crunchyroll like way back in the day, so I'm hoping like my watch list is still there. They're really funny if so.
I always like intimidate myself when I go on Crunchyroll because I'm like, do I want the 7.99 package? But then I look at the other package, I'm like, I don't buy any of the figurines, so I don't need the fucking
I
like
don't care about
store
the
discount
discount.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
same, bro.
So
I hate going on there, and it intimidates me because there's lots of anime on there that I don't give a damn about. But of the stuff that I give a damn about, there's two things: stuff I've seen 100 times but want to watch again and probably will because I'm lazy, or stuff I've been meaning to watch for like 10 years and put on my watch list and then never watch. Like it's always like, man, do I want to finally watch Darling in the Franxx like I've been meaning to do for 5 years, or should I watch Trigun again?
I have Trigun on my list, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have it on my manga, like, because I got Berserk. I got the big black book, the first one so far.
Yeah, you got me one of those.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna be collecting that fucking manga is like insane. I love it.
How far are you? You just the first book?
Yeah, just the first book.
Did it time skip back yet? Are you in the past or are you still in the present?
Still in the present.
Okay, because
Yeah.
when it's in the present, it rules, it rips. But when it
Mhm.
goes back, the story gets fucking great. Like the golden age is like what makes Berserk. But anyway,
Yeah.
keep going. We can discuss that in the future.
Yeah. Which by the way, I think Ninja Gaiden, Jesus Christ, Big Trouble Gaiden, might be one of those things where we just be like, hey, we're gonna talk about Berserk. Maybe.
Let's do it. I
Yeah.
will. I will fucking discuss Berserk.
Yeah. uh,
We should do a whole Berserk series. Let's talk about the manga. Let's talk about the anime. There's like 3 of them, I think. Let's talk about the games. There's like 3 of them, I think.
yeah. Manga has been like a big thing for me now because it's like filling the void of like comics. Because
Comics.
yeah, comics haven't been great from DC and Marvel lately.
Have you ever? Whenever people talk about manga, I'm always forced. I hate to be that guy that gives you unsolicited recommendations, so I'm going to do it anyway. But there's 2 go-tos, and you're already reading one of them, Berserk.
Mm.
Have you ever read the original manga of Akira?
I actually have the first book.
Okay, there you go. Never mind. You've done it. You've got the 2 big recommendations, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I got the first 3 volumes of Gundam.
Ah,
I also have the Vinland Saga.
those nice hardback ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have the first 3 volumes of One Piece.
Okay.
Because I've always heard good things about One Piece.
I mean, yeah, One Piece, like it has to be good, right? This
Yeah.
many people can't be wrong. But I'm also worried it's like a sunken cost thing. They've all been on board for 900 episodes or 300 volumes of the manga, and now they're like, it's good. I swear to God, there's no reason I would sink this much of my life into something that wasn't good. You don't understand his rules. It's great. Of course, he's made of gum. Of course, he can change gears, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've been opening some One Piece cards on Big Trouble Rips. Check it out.
I've been seeing that. And before I get into my rips really quickly, the intimidation of anime watching it because there's so many fucking episodes. Keep in mind, I know they're like 20-minute episodes and stuff, and it could be shorter as well. But how I remedy that was read the manga first to get yourself interested, and then go watch the series. Because if you
It's a
just
bigger
go
investment, though, money wise.
yeah, but my brain is weird, and that's how I rewire it to be like, hey, this is really cool. I would like to see it how it's done with like voice dubs or
I want to
something.
hear about. You said you got the first volume of Vinland Saga, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear about that. I've always been curious about that series. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, me either. I haven't read it yet. But
No, when you do, I want to hear about it.
Mhm. But other than that, I went to GameStop because I've been watching Big Trouble Rips, by the way, Andy's channel. I watch it every day. It's cool. I give him a like on every video because he says funny shit sometimes. And
Sometimes
my favorite part is when you're struggling with the package.
it happens all the time, especially those stupid, the Japanese style ones that rip down the side. I can't do it. I've seen people do it 100 times, and they do it like it's nothing. And I'm always like, rip. Oh, it. I didn't rip all the way, and then I got to fight the stupid thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
keep going.
Cybercell was at GameStop. I don't know what it is actually, besides it being 3D art where you could actually open it up, where the back of it has the background and the front has the character. So I got like Dragon Ball Z, Cybercell.
I mean, like it says, it's a cell. It's like cell art.
Yeah, and then Sonic, which my favorite one, even though it's not rare, is Eggman.
Yeah, that makes sense. Having a favorite card that isn't rare makes sense. This is in the Dragon Ball series. This is a common, but it's my favorite one so far. It's Tien doing the Kikoho. I mispronounced that a little bit. Kikoho.
Yeah,
it's a common. I sleeved it and I keep it on my desk.
I think me and you are similar when it comes to collecting. We just collect it because it looks cool compared to value.
I mean, it is always exciting to pull something worth a lot, but I can be just as thrilled with nonsense. I open reboot cards sometimes on Big Trouble Rips.
That's hilarious. The reboot cards, I'm like, I looked at GameStop. There's some like outlandish shit. Like that was like one of the outlandish shit was the Cybercell.
Yeah,
but there's others. I'm like, this is weird. Like there was like a Barbie one that I saw. I was like, what?
Hell yeah.
I was gonna get it and do a Big Trouble Rips for you to send to you so you can put on the channel.
I do it.
Yeah.
No, there's like a shop kind of near where I work. I keep meaning to go there. I've been there before, but it's been a couple years. And he has a ton of old packs of cards from like the early 90s and late 80s that are like nonsense like that. They're all like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trading cards and Batman Returns trading cards and WCW trading cards. And I keep meaning to go in there and like buy a bunch of weird random shit to open up Big Trouble Rips, but I haven't done it yet.
I'm investing in because GameStop has Halo trading cards that I might get like a big box of.
They had
Because
Halo trading cards back when Halo 3 came out. I have some.
But you know, I haven't been talking about this on last season of Big Trouble, but I rearranged like my Pokemon cards, and this Mewtwo, the EX I really like. Like I said, I just love the coolness of the.
I think that one is actually worth something though.
Yeah, not like super a lot, but it's like $40. It's a lot of money still.
I mean, basically, any card that's worth more than the pack you pulled it out of is worth talking about, I think.
Yeah. I always like the one channel where should you open it or should you let it be sealed?
Yep.
And each card,
Deep
and
Pocket Monster. I love that
you
guy.
you do it as well. When you have a big pull, you actually put the price of the card on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I only put the price up if it's worth discussing. Some people put the price of every single card up. So they'll be like 16 cents, 6 cents, 3 cents, $1.08. You know, it's like, okay, I get it. It's not worth anything. Like, I just want to know about the big stuff.
Yeah. And I'm still researching about like the sending it in and getting it graded because I'm really iffy when it comes to sending anything in mail or UPS. Like I know you
Especially if
can,
it's worth something.
yeah, because they don't
GameStop will
give.
do it for you now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about
They'll
that.
do PSA. I've been accumulating some stuff, and it's a lot of the stuff I've opened in Big Trouble Rips, and a couple of F1 cards I'm pretty smitten with. I think I'm going to send them to Tag. I like the way the Tag slabs look more, and they're not worth as much, but I just want them for my personal collection. So who cares?
Mm-hmm.
This is really a conversation we should be having when Chaz is here.
That is true. But speaking of grading, I don't know if this is worth anything, but the Mets used to have a stadium called the Shea Stadium.
Sure.
And I found a ticket from Shea Stadium in one of my boxes.
I think people grade tickets. I've seen it.
Yeah. Look who the team, Cincinnati Reds.
Let's go.
Yeah. Sports to me is not the same. I mean, we talked about this because it's more sciencey now. Where like,
did you see the? I mean, we're getting way off in the weeds now. But did you see the baseball commissioner where had like this weird plan to like realign all the leagues?
Yeah, Yankees, Mets are in the same division.
They're just basically taking apart the National and American leagues and then rebuilding them all in like this regional based thing. And like, if it was 1948, sure, I guess, because they're all driving buses to and from stadiums. But it's like it's 2025, bro. Why do we need to do that?
I think when it comes down to is like the life and work balance, I guess, where it's going to be less travel times for some of these teams to be with their family.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's a noble pursuit and everything. Is it true there's going to be a new team at both Portland and Nashville?
That's been changing because I saw that it was going to be Nashville and like a fucking one of the like Midwest countries and stuff. And I was like, why?
Midwest states.
Yeah. Sorry. States.
I heard it was going to be Honduras.
I heard it was going to be the country Hawaii. No. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it because I'm always about tradition in baseball.
That's exactly what I thought when I read that. I said, baseball fans are all hung up on tradition. This guy is fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah. But the other side of me is like, that's going to make new rivals now, if you think about it.
Mostly. It's just the only thing I really didn't like about it, and it's not a huge deal, but like you said, the Yankees and Mets would be in the same division, as would the Cubs and the White Sox. And like, I don't like that. I like the inter-town rivalries being league to league. I don't know why, just like aesthetically or something, or dramatic wise, it just seemed more appropriate. But if they're going to change it, they might as well. I mean, just rip the Band-Aid off. They're going to whine and complain and bitch and moan, and they're going to like dumb down his plans and change it, and they're going to do some approximation of it. do it or don't. That's like next year. Be like, guess what? Everything's different. Just do
Well,
it.
the way the commissioner said it sounded like he didn't give a fuck about what people said and said it might happen sooner than you think. And people are
Yeah,
like panicking now. They're like,
he's
"What?"
weird. He says something everyone likes, and then he says something everyone hates.
Yep. Yeah. So like my thing is like with sports is like I don't like it being sciencey because now it's like, how can I get my velocity up? I mean, I get it to make sure your fastball does movements and stuff, but like, not everybody needs to be a flamethrower of a pitcher. Like,
Yeah, we've had
I,
conversations about pitching problems all around the league, but
yeah.
this isn't a sports podcast. Okay, I'm sorry. We just lost every listener. Everyone was like, "Man, this
At least I'm
fucking
not talking
filler
wrestling.
episode sucks." Now, I bet you our fans like wrestling more than they like baseball. Honestly, I would love to see a ranking. I would love to have the fans tell us which of the following do you like: football, baseball, basketball, wrestling, Formula One, or motorsports. Just lump all motorsports in together.
Hmm.
You tell me, because
I've
I'm
been
very
actually,
curious.
I've been actually trying to get into MotoGP stuff. Like,
Yeah, I like from where I run in all the Formula One Reddits and circles. I keep seeing MotoGP stuff, and that sport seems pretty outrageous.
mhm. I just love it because it's like the fast pace and stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying F1 is not fast paced. I'm just saying like fucking bike motorcycles are crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get away from sports. Movie wise, I don't think I watched any movies besides this movie, the Bad Sleep Well. I want to go see Fantastic Four and
Thanks, excellent.
Superman. Yeah. Uh, I'm kind of tired of people bitching about movies. Uh, I'm not saying like the woke stuff. They still try to throw in the woke stuff, but like these movies are moving on from that shit. They're actually becoming a little bit better. But like Superman is now being digital. You can rent it, and I think it's gonna be streaming soon. For all the big streaming sites, and people are like, oh, it's dead. Superman's dead, and I'm like, no, like the movies are adapting now. Not everybody goes to movie theaters anymore, in my opinion. But I don't
According
know.
to your letterbox, you watched It's What's Inside and 28 Years Later.
I did not talk about that. Yeah, 28 Years Later is a shit movie.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. I was at because I'm a big fan of 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, and then like
Mm-hmm.
the trailer came out. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking badass and stuff. It was the most boring fucking movie I ever seen in my entire life.
It still has a 3.5 on Letterboxd, which is middle of the road. That doesn't mean anything, but
Well, you have those people that are like, because I love sometimes the artsy fartsy stuff, but this was like too much artsy fartsy.
oh yeah.
Yeah, where this was shot with all with iPhone 15 Maxes or whatever, uh, and the editing style where they had like old World War II propaganda chants that were going on in the background. It was just annoying and stuff.
Hmm.
But that movie was just about like there's this island. They cross every time the tide goes low to go into the mainland to get some supplies or like teach about the infected and how to survive out there. Father and son go out there to teach the son how to, survive in the
Hmm.
mainland. And then out of nowhere, they see a fire in the distance. They're like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Don't worry about it." And then the mom gets sick, and then they have to go back into the mainland to go visit that fire because they say it's a doctor. But I'll leave it at that. It's just it didn't have the same vibes as 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later. Uh,
Okay,
go read my review on Letterbox. It's funny.
do it.
Uh, but the other movie I don't really remember as well.
Well, then who cares?
Yeah, because my thing is when I watch movies, like when we do these podcasts, I have to keep it fresh or write something down. And unfortunately, I didn't write anything down, so my brain is already fried.
That Letterbox has been helping me a lot with remembering what I need to talk about on the show each week.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's all I've done. I need to play my Switch more because you were talking about how everything needs to be set up and ready to play. My Switch 2 is that that thing where I could just pick up and play whenever I
Just
want to.
go. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what's done.
But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I've done.
Well, as everyone knows, but just in case you didn't, you can listen to Big Trouble. Big Trouble. I almost said Big Trouble Rips. You can listen to Big Trouble Little Podcast on iTunes and Spotify, Google Podcast, everywhere you listen to podcasts. We're on YouTube if you want to see the video version. If you just gotta know what we look like, and also you'll get it ahead of time. But if you need a refined product, just plug it right into your podcast player. We'll be there. I also want to point out we all have our little solo things. I got my Big Trouble Rips. Please find Big Trouble Rips on YouTube. I open one pack every single day. I'm starting to like plot and scheme things to do for certain subscriber thresholds and certain like anniversaries, but for now it's just a pack a day, and it's been real fun. I've enjoyed it a lot. Um, uh, he's not here, but for him, I will plug Chaz is on Turbo Blaze GLC. The how would you describe it? It's competitive Pokemon card stuff.
It's kind of like all those like F1 networks, MLB networks, but with Pokemon cards and
Sure, there
Pokemon
you go.
League.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, go give them a watch. If I mean, even like I'm always been the kind of guy I cannot be competitive in Pokemon or really any TCGs, but I'm always fascinated by the minutia of it. I feel the same way about TCGs as I do wrestling. I hate watching wrestling, but I love to learn about wrestling. As
Mm-hmm.
weird as that is. Dubs, you got anything solo going on? You haven't been on Twitch lately, but you've been a busy boy. I didn't know if you were going to get back to Twitch or anything.
Yeah, I'm actually planning a project that has to do with my writing. And so I'll give a little tease. The themes and settings that I'm going to be working on in my writings are going to be a similar, or I'll take portions of ideas from the games that I'll be playing for my writing. So it's kind of like research in some way. So I have Mass Effect series on there. I have Red Dead series on there. So there might be some Western stuff going on. Just stay
I love
tuned.
Western stuff.
So stay tuned for that. I don't know how the format will be. And in my background, there's a recliner. It's called Recliner Reads. I have a little sign in the background over there on top of my
I wondered what
recliner.
that said. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. That might be like a little short type of format, kind of like not I won't say like Big Trouble Rips, but it'll be something
Shorts, YouTube Shorts, 3 minutes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be something
The
short.
TikTok generation loves it.
Yeah, the insect brains.
Don't insult them. You want them to watch.
I know.
I don't think your insult brain or your insect brains. Please subscribe to Big Trouble Rips.
Yeah. Subscribe to Big Trouble Rips. It's funny videos. I like it, and you get to see some cool polls. Like, I like the reboot cards. I think they look cool.
Good. I'm glad someone does. Honestly, Zach saw them sitting on my desk, and he was like, "What are these? You have reboot cards?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been opening them on Big Trouble Reps." He said, "When? I've only seen Pokemon." I said, "Well, I do it after the Pokemon sometimes." And he said, "I didn't realize that." So he thought they looked cool too. Like I think it's a generational thing. I still have some reboot cards. Honestly, if I run out of them, I'm gonna try to buy more. They're fun. I like opening them, and there's a bunch of really fancy ones that have ghost holofoil and some that are clear. And I haven't opened any of them yet. So I'm going to open them until we get a hit. I think that's my policy with Reboot. We're going to open them until we get one of each of those.
I wonder if there's any Beast Wars cards. That would be fucking cool.
I would be surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah.
I love Beast Wars. Hot damn.
But anyway, I think.
Oh, and don't forget getting some color. Sorry. One more plug.
Oh, yeah. We've been covering 1996 Raw and WCW Nitro. I forgot we're doing like an ECW pay-per-view and then Raw and Nitro next.
Is this the point where ECW was like on shaky legging? Like maybe they were on their way out?
RVD and them start coming in and where it starts getting a little more exciting.
Oh, okay. So it's on the upswing. All right.
Yeah, it's on the upswing. It goes on the downswing when WWE gets popular in Attitude Era.
Well, this is a really good time to jump on to getting some color then.
Yeah, you get to see sometimes me buzzed talking about wrestling, and we make fun of Hulk Hogan a lot.
It's the only way I can stand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys did lay into Hogan a bit, though. I watched some of it. Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace, Terry.
All right, but yeah, that is it. We actually will wrap up now. We've been wrapping up for a minute. I think this was a nice, tight filler episode, a nice flashback. Next up, Chaz and I will have to do a beach episode, I guess, a swimsuit episode.
Give you like a Top Gun volleyball.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. But in the meantime, please stay patient. The next season's coming. We're in a big time planning phases, and I really think the next season's going to be our best ever. So, like, comment, subscribe, check us out at all of our solo stuff, and we'll see you in the future for more Big Trouble in Little Podcasts. Thanks.